Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of TIS Hitters. Today is episode 26. Nice to have you all here with us, and welcome to all the new members that are watching for their first time. My name's Kurt Conley. I'm the co-founder of Cryptofy, and I'm here with Mr. Rev Nissen. How are you today, Rev?
Yeah, doing good, Kurt. And yourself?
Yep, it's Monday. Love Mondays. Get back after a crazy weekend that we've had. But before I go any further, I just wanted to say a couple of things. I know that your father has been in hospital. I know that there was, you were out of action for a few days. Just wanted to say from my family and all the other people that have sent you messages in Cryptofy, we're really glad to hear that your dad's doing well and out of hospital and back home.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, definitely the whole community has come behind it, and it's really awesome to see what we've created. But thank you. Yeah, he's definitely doing a lot better. Still a bit bruised and sore, but he's probably the happiest man alive at the moment. So yeah, it could have got real bad real quick, but yeah, we're very glad that he's good. Yeah,
I'm sure he'll be back to eating kebabs with you very shortly.
Yeah, I tried to get him to come and eat one yesterday, but he just looked at me and said, "Come on, Rev. I can't even keep anything down at the moment."
Very good news. Great to hear that he's at home and safe and well. So yeah, thank you to all the members and their messages as well.
For sure.
So as always, we jump into a quick disclaimer to talk about everything before we talk about everything that we do in TIS Hitters. So I'm just going to quickly go over that for all the new members. So the content that's covered in these videos is purely our speculation on the market. It's not to be taken as investment advice. You do need to make all your own decisions when taking trades, whether it be following stuff on TIS Hitters or anything in the group or anything you do within trading is solely your responsibility. Okay. As always, we're going to go over the trade that we talked about last week. And on the 8th of January, we talked about UTK. The entry for UTK was 761 sats. The current sat value is 943 sats as it stands right now. So if you'd taken the entry, it would have been up about 23%. But the high that the trade went to was 1,197 sats. So if you caught the entry from 761, you would have made a 57% gain, which is a monster trade.
Yeah, really good
trade.
Really good trade. It did go the other way for a little while. I think
it did
dip down to about 680 or so, that sort of range, and then it just consolidated and started building its momentum. It looked like a really good trade from the start. I was really surprised to see it actually moving downwards, but that just gives us gives our community a better entry at the end of the day if they're looking at it. So yeah, it was good. It was nice to see.
We did, and you did cover that in the TA as well. So that was it actually did really well. So today's trade that we're going to be talking about is BOT. The ticker is BOT.
Yeah.
The CMC ranking on this trade is 326. So that's where it's currently sitting out of the top 500 tokens. The current USD price is $2,068 at the time of this film, and sat value is 4.3 million sats. Okay, so the basic trade setup that we're looking at here is the potential flip of resistance to support. The 4-hour MACD on the 0 line is crossing, and there is low liquidity on this particular trade. So one thing, just a caution, a warning with all low liquidity books is be careful with your trade setup on this one. Current volume is 51 BTC. TIS has provided several trade notifications, 2 buy trade notifications, and 1 sell notification. And we're giving this a rating 7 out of 10 for this particular trade. So as always, we'll jump over with Rev, jump onto CryptoStat, have a look at some TA. If you have a CryptoStat logins at the moment, this is a good time. Maybe pull it up. You can follow along, follow some of the TA and see what we're looking at, and we'll chart it up for you. So let's have a look, Rev.
Yeah, for sure. So just here on cryptostat.org, so we can see bot, as you mentioned, Kurt, just be very careful with this. There's little liquidity on this. There's only 25,000 tokens, actually, just to be specific, that are circulating, and 100,000 from what I believe as total. We can actually check it out right here if we hit the I.
We love low supply tokens. Gotta love them.
Yeah, they're actually incredible. There you go, 29,000, circulating supply from CoinGecko, and 99,828 total. But this particular trade, we were looking at to make a TIS hit at about just under 1 mil sats. It pushed out to about 6.8 million. We didn't make it a TIS hit because it was just too volatile. But I think a lot of people are getting their head around how to utilize these TIS hits now. So we're being very, very straightforward here. Be very careful. Low liquidity. There's nothing really on the books. It can move either way really aggressively. You've seen what XVS Unify, something with 12 mil circulating and something with 2.5 mil circulating, and how aggressively that can move. Just be very careful with this as well. So looking at all data across the board for bot here, we can see the price is a little bit higher at the moment for 468, 4.68 mil sats. When we looked at it, it was 4.39 mil. It was probably about 20 minutes prior to recording this. So you can see how quickly it can move up or down. Volume has increased from 50 to 52 BTC as well. Price change at 10% in the last 24 hours. The volume change at 275% in the last 24 hours. And the buyer's change is actually increasing in the last hour versus the last 4 hours and the last 12. And we can expect that because Bitcoin's just going on a tear upwards and then going on a tear downwards, and it's just mumbling everything around, going, hey, I'm here. I'm still here, guys. I'm still king. And whether you like it or not, I'm going to be in charge of the moves. So let's look at the hourly really quickly. We can see here we've had a bit of sell pressure there on the MACD, and we've picked up once again to cross bullish, and we're still above the zero line, which is really, really nice. And went back under, and now we're testing it again. So there's a bit of indecision happening in here, and that's due to BTC, obviously, in the last couple of hours, really hurting the market. You can see hit the 100-day MA on that hourly. Let's look at the 4 hourly, and we can see, actually, not really any technicals there. Let's check out the 4 hourly. So if I throw a line here, a horizontal line, right at the bottom of that, we can see we had this cluster here. We had these, 2 times. We bounced off it. Third time, just missed it, and we've picked back up again. And the thing to pay attention to here on the 4 hourly is we've crossed the 4 hourly MACD on the zero line, and we're bullish, obviously, as you can see there. So what we mentioned in the notes, the trade setup, that's something that we're particularly looking at. Because the last time it did that, it crossed bullish. It crossed bullish over here. Didn't really do anything for a little while. Then it crossed bullish again, went for a push, and it sat above the zero line. And then literally right there, it was very close to missing it, and it took off. Now, we have a discrepancy here, right? We were at this price range here last time, and we've taken off to there. Now we're crossing the zero line, but we're still in that range, right? So that's usually a pretty bullish sign as well, that we've held the price range, a new price range. We've held the price channel for a little while. It's above. The MACD has gone way under where it was before, and now it's crossing bullish again. So just keep an eye on it and pay attention to it from there. Let's check out the daily. You can see here the daily as well. We have curvature on that MACD. We have a bit of buy pressure coming in as well, and that's due to that candle really going for it. And something that I really wanted to note, I think it was on the 4 hourly, just before I go to the daily. We had this happen. Let me just bring it up, a trend line. Oh man, there we go. Let me just move this across. It's not where I want it to be. But we had 3 pivot highs right here. And if you follow those along, right, that blue line, I'm going to remove this support to resistance, this line here. So this was the last resistance we had, then we pushed through it, and now we're trying to flip it to support. We've achieved that 2 times. So I'm going to remove that because I've explained that at the moment. And we could see these 3 pivot highs really showed us a downtrending resistance line and a channel really going down there. Tried to break out of it, we didn't really succeed. And here, this is the pivotal point of us actually achieving that. So now what we need to look for is a close on a 4 hourly above. Now it did happen once, it opened here above the 100-day EMA, but it tested once again. There's a bullish hammer. Here's another bullish hammer on the 4 hourly, which ends in 2 hours. So just keep an eye on it. And then look for where it closes. Because if we have a bullish hammer and a close above the 100-day EMA, plus the MACD looking much better than what it looked like over here, we may potentially be going for a little push there. So just keep your eyes out on it. Don't go too crazy on this one, please. We've ranked it a 7 out of 10 because of the small liquidity, and it could swing like crazy. It can move very aggressively. So just be prepared for that as well. But that's pretty much it on bot BTC there.
Cool. Thanks for that, Rev. That is the only trade that we're going to talk about today, because there is some other stuff that we feel is more necessary right now with all the new members coming in. So we're just going to go through 3 other topics that we want to cover today. And the first one I want to talk about is TIS. Okay, so TIS is the trading indicator software that Cryptofy has built. Okay, so the trading indicator software is just, we don't use that term. You call it TIS, and it's a valuable tool for your toolbox to enhance your trading. Okay, so the reason why we built Cryptofy is during 2017, 2018, a lot of people reached out to us and asked us for a solution, or how do we find potential trades? So we built this tool to run on algorithms and different types of algorithms, and to be able to put out different trades depending on different scenarios and different time frames. Okay, so it's more of a guide. So it's to keep, it was built for the trader in mind. And what we want it to do is for you to be able to go do like the TA course, learn the basic technical analysis. If you're already a skilled up trader and already have technical analysis skills that you can apply to crypto, that's great. Cryptofy provides TIS in the members channel, and the trades come in twice a day, and you're to just go and have a look at these potential trades. You can click straight into them, go straight to Binance, and run some TA. These are not line in the sand. You must buy these, you must sell these. It does not work like that. The system is not designed like that. So what I want to do is quickly, Rev, if you want to go over to Discord and jump into the channels and just pull the short-term buys and the short-term sells up. We did have a bunch of short-term sells come in the last 24 hours. And it's actually quite beautiful to see, because if you look what's happened in the market today, TIS sort of identified these coming in 24 hours prior. So, I love seeing those sorts of things happen.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful, and it really shows you that it is in sync with the market.
Definitely.
What we have here is, so we're going to showcase this, and that's okay. For people, you're going to get this in a week's time, the people that are not subbed. But currently for the subs, you get this straight away. And you already can see this, right? So yesterday at 11 o'clock my time, we had only 2 buy notifications, and that was FET and Maker. And then if we look back, we had a few on the 12th of the 2nd. It is currently the 15th of the 2nd for me. So we missed out on a whole lot of buys. There was not many short-term buyers coming in. And we usually see TIS give us 5, 10 suggestions to go and have a look, right? A day, at least on a short term. Sometimes it just goes crazy with 40 or 50 of them. And it's like, whoa, slow down, TIS. Just take it easy for a second, because you overwhelmed us. But it's funny that we didn't have any. Now let's head over to the short-term sales. So this is this morning, right? 11 a.m., which is about 5 hours ago. We had quite a few sell short terms. It was saying, hey guys, short-term sales coming in. Let's look a bit further. This is last night. This is 17 hours ago. Have a look at this. How many TIS sell recommendations can you get in one hit? That was about 40 last night. 40 or 45, between there. And then prior to that, yesterday morning, about 20, let's say 29 hours, there was probably about 20 in there, right? So it's indicating to us, hey guys, short-term sell pings are coming off crazy here, but there's no short-term buys. So it's given us a market sentiment without actually knowing that it's given us a market sentiment. We just have to evaluate that, right? Because look how many there is as sells. And we haven't even hit the 12th of the 2nd yet on the sells. There's a 13 for the 2nd, right?
And sorry to jump in there, Rev, just quickly, but usually we see more of the buys come in and less of the sells. And it was actually interesting, because it was some of the community members that raised this and said, whoa, we haven't had many buys come in the last 24 hours, but look how many sells are coming in. And what some of the other traders that have been in here for a long time now, like 12 plus months, they all started just hitting the books and started going, right, what's coming through? I'm checking my trades. And they all started putting stop losses in. And then obviously you can see what's happened in the last 12 hours. Yeah. We've had Bitcoin move, and a lot of people have been stopped out, but it's a good thing. Yeah. And
have a look at this, right? Price change, Bitcoin gold. Since when does Bitcoin gold ever do anything? It decides today I'm going to go for a 68% move. It's the only thing that's really done anything. Ardor, I haven't seen anything happening on that end. Sky, we know it was a pump and dump. Let me just show you this. Someone mentioned in group, there was another group shilling it, and there was a PND. If you look on the hourly, you can see that major spike, back down, pump and dump. And then what happened is market just went, you know what? This thing just went crazy. In 1 hour candle, it doubled and more in price, fell back down to a 50% or 100, depending on which way you want to calculate it. And then the market goes, oh wow, because it hits top gainers, right? Market just goes and buys it. And then you can see where it ended up. So this was all initiated from a PND. And have a look at this when they tried to do this the other day. It went to 48,000 sats in one 1 hour candle, and then fell back down to 3,000 sats. This is a
so
P&D. This is a
That's so
pump and
bad.
dump. I'm sorry. So many people call pump and dumps, but they don't actually know what it is. And I'm just going to say it to you straight out. That is a 1 hour candle. Let me remove all this mess so you guys can see what the hell I'm talking about. That is a 1 hour candle. If I go to a minute and that happened in 1 minute, I'll probably fall over.
Yeah. You won't see too many 1 hour candles like that.
Well, I think it was a 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute spike. Let me see if I can find it. I really just, I do want to see this because this is insane. And I just want people to be aware of it. I want people to be cautious of it, right? But anyway, that defeats the purpose right now. I can't be bothered finding it. But what we want to share with you guys is just be careful, right? Now let's flip that price change over and we can see majority of the market is red.
Is red. So what we're saying is the notifications that come through on the short-term sell definitely lined up with what's happening with the market. And if we go back, say 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and we even mentioned in the video, the community was going, whoa, there's been no short-term sells coming through, but 50 to 60 short-term buys. And then if you look what's happened over the last 2-3 weeks in the market, it represents what's been going on, and it's a true reflection that the system was bringing in the notifications to say, okay, we've got some action happening.
Yeah, and it's incredible to see that in a day in advance. It's incredible to know something like that or get the market sentiment 20 seconds, a minute. Do you know how powerful that is in trading? Yeah. A minute ahead of the curve is incredible. We had 3, 4, 5 days ahead of the curve through TIS. So what I want to mention here is 202 out of 258 pairs on Binance, BTC, are red. It's TIS on point, and I don't know what else we can say to share.
It's a feel-good moment for us today, for sure.
Yeah. And I hate that it's negative, right? It's a negative.
Yeah, definitely. People. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, obviously, see, tokens down 25-20% is harsh, but I'm trying to take the good and the positive out of what's going on in the market.
100%. And we did have a member actually mention, I got out of a trade because TIS gave a sell recommendation, and I just made $1,000 and saved myself $1,000 loss. That's big. That was 30% of his flow, I believe, from memory. He said like 25 to 30%, somewhere in there. That is huge for anyone to be able to say, because of TIS, I made what I just paid for it, the 195, the current plan, which is ended at the moment. I just made 5 times that just from one indication from TIS, and it's paid 5 times over already. Incredible. And I may sound like I'm shilling it, but I'm just trying to share.
I'm happy for that. Like, share, you tag me in that comment. I gotta say.
Yeah, I'll have a look for it. I'll definitely have a look for it. So going back to it as well, medium term buy. Today we had bot, right? There you go. So this is why we're looking at it, because it's the only thing that we can really look at. And then if we look yesterday, 11 a.m. we had Ethereum, but then again we had the short terms really take over, which is really, really harsh. 1 inch. That we knew that they had an airdrop. If there's an airdrop for anything, what are you doing? Think within yourself. If you're getting something for free and you're getting $1,000 worth of it, Kurt, what is the first thing you're gonna do?
What's the logical thing most people do? Is they run to the exchange, right?
Yeah, they go and take it. They go, thank you very much. I'm gonna claim my free money, and then the first thing they do, they go and sell it. So if we look at 1 inch right there at 12,158, so the way TIS works is all technical. There is no fundamentals, right? 12,000 sats, and you can see literally it falling off from 12,000 sats. It was in this range here, right? So it pretty much, it said buy at the top, but you need to think further. And this is why TIS, we've said this a million times, TIS is not concrete. Nothing is guaranteed in life. But it gives you an indication as to where to look. Now, if you know people just got 1 inch airdrops, which everyone's been talking about, you know not to take that trade, because the psychology of that is everyone's getting it for free. Everyone's just going to go and sell it. Take their $600 to $1,000 and put it in their pocket. Hooray, we just made $1,000, and then go spend it on the family, spend it on Valentine's, whatever it is, right? But this is the psychology of what's happened there. So for me personally, if I seen that, I would totally disregard this. You know, and if I had more time and not been developing with the team and working on systems and creating new things for the community and for Cryptofy, I would have mentioned this in TIS, and I would have said, hey guys, disregard that TIS alert as a medium-term buy for 1 inch because of exactly what I just said. So, you know, just keep an eye out there. Medium-term sales as well. Medium-term sales have been coming in like crazy. If you have a look, that's just in one ping. And I think that was this morning. That was this morning. So this is before the market fell today.
True reflection of the market. It's incredible.
Yeah, so powerful as anything. And I hate to sound like a bloody shield, but damn, it just solidifies what it is and what the power of this thing is. Honestly, Kurt, I've said this to you many times. If anyone had a minute ahead of the curve, they're laughing. If anyone had 10 seconds ahead of the curve with the technology we have right now, easy peasy. Life's easy.
So definitely good to see.
Yeah. So
all right, let's so I mean the whole purpose of this is to just try and reiterate that the how the system works, but also for the new members to understand that, you know, not to take every trade that's happening, that's coming through on the system. And also, we've said this time and time again, yes, the buys are important, but you can see how important the sell side is as well. So always make sure you're checking both. Another thing that we want to comment on and dive into is the CS channel. The CS channel has a bunch of different commands. There's a pin post in there. There's also a pin post in the TIS trade chat with all the different commands. You can quickly go in there, you type the command and it will spit out a chart for you. You don't have to even go log into Binance and that. You can just be on the go, on your phone, drop a .cs in command in the channel and it'll just pull up what you want. Rev, I'll just get you to quickly just do an example. Just so people can you do that?
Yeah, it's been a while for me to go on the CS channel because I just use crypto stuff.
I muted it, yeah.
I'll have a look at an example. Here we go. So let's just bring up, let's see if I can get it going. .cs, we'll do 4H UNFI BTC. I think you have to write C somewhere. .cs.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, that's all good. That's all good. It's good for me to actually be able to check it out. It's been a while since I did a chart, but I'll just do something like this. There we go. I'll just do a volume check. So if you're on the go,
so you can use this anytime. Yeah, on the go, you can do all sorts of random stuff. There's we haven't updated the commands, but you know a bunch of people were asking us for different commands, so we just added them over time. Rand was always updating it, but we haven't done it recently. But we will look at doing it something in the future. But if you want to drop that command, there you can see what we've just pulled up.
Yeah, so I just put .cs volume unified BTC, and there's a pinned in every channel. There's a pin. It'll give you all the information you need to look, and there's that. Kurt's dropped it in just to see how to bring it up. So I could have probably used that to bring a chart up, but that's okay. So yeah, so charts, there you go. .cs chart, which exchange you want, which pair you want, what time frame you want, and you can see all the
really handy, really handy.
If you're on the go, let's say you're sitting at the airport. I don't know, but you don't want to log into anything. Just go there, plug it in, and you're done. You know, a lot of people utilize it actually more than what I've seen. Because I just muted the channel because it was just like always ping.
Yeah, it's a very active channel.
Yeah, so a little bit crazy, but yeah, that is there for sure.
Cool. And the last thing I wanted to touch on as well, there's a lot of activity going on Road to 1 Million at the moment. For the members that haven't really got started with Road to 1 Million or you're still unsure, please go to Road to 1 Million channel. Please watch the video in there. There's a really detailed video explainer that explains everything about Road to 1 Million. And also, please remember to keep the Road to 1 Million channel chat specifically to Road to 1 Million tokens, okay? But there is a question that tends to come up a lot, and that's around the Cryptofy Vault tokens and the tokens that we have talked about in the past. And we've talked about these on Facebook. We've talked about them in Discord, and a couple of these have been part of the secret token drops as well, which we will be rolling out some more token drops. We've probably got about 3 or 4 more to come out. Not right now, but they will be coming out soon. Things that we're looking at. But just so you know, these are long-term trades that our team has entered, and we will be holding for a period of time. And there's one other thing that I want to talk about while we're talking about long-term vault tokens. And Rev, we talk about this a lot, psychology and taking profits. Taking profits does not necessarily mean, if we ever say we're taking some profits here, does not necessarily mean that we're selling out of our entire position on a trade. Okay, I have been talking to some people, and I have had a few people like sending messages and conversations saying, "Oh, I sold all that. I got out at all my profits because I've seen other people doing it." It does not necessarily mean that. We have talked about this in the past. You should know what your plan is prior to taking the trade, what your exits are, and taking profits can be a percentage of your entire portfolio along the way. Rev, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, we spoke about this just before, and I was actually gobsmacked at what you were saying, that people thought was the real way to do it. Oh, excuse me. My phone's playing up recently. I don't know why, but it doesn't go on silent.
That's just called ringing, Rev.
All my phones. I think I kill my phones to another level. It's on silent. I'll literally show you guys, and it was still ring. Even my last phone did it. I destroy phones; they die. But yeah, what you mentioned to me of how people didn't understand where, what we were saying is in taking profits along the way, managing your risk, take your initials out. I don't understand how else to say that, but I'm going to attempt to do a video to show people different examples, different strategies that people use. We do cover a little bit on TA course, but not to the dot. And what, as I mentioned before, what I want to do is create modules. So let's say the first module is not module number 1. In future do module 1.1. So we'll cover that specific point within those modules as we go along, more in depth, or really focus on them. And they're not easy to do. I'll put my hand up. I didn't have a good time putting these TA modules together because of the editing and planning and graphics.
There were some arguments, but we got through it.
Yeah, but we pushed through. The editing was probably my biggest thing, and countless I think one of them took me 8 to 10 hours just to edit. So I'm just going to say that. But yeah, so, expect at least one a month to keep going on, and you guys can get that from there. But I'm really excited about these Vault tokens, to be honest. I mean, a dot at $3, first mention. XVS.
Yeah, I mean, XVS was an absolute beautiful trade, right? I mean, what was the high recently? Over 50 on XVS
or something. Insane.
$2.80 entry, like under 90 days. Like, it's just crazy.
Did XVS did that beat the band returns? Because band was under $2.
Yeah, the band was $1.14 to 17, so that's 17x. So
close enough, yeah. But,
yeah, I'm still holding band, so just to make it clear and transparent, and this is the point that I'm trying to make with the Cryptofy Vault tokens. Yes, we talk about them. Yes, we let people know. Yes, people ask us questions, but we do take profits along the way. But it does not mean we're out of our entire position. No, I was quite shocked talking to a few people the other day saying, "Oh, well, we said I read something that you took profit on it, so I sold all my XVS at $6."
That's insane.
I was like, what? We don't ever tell you when to sell anything. We don't ever tell you when to exit a trade. But if I say that I'm taking some profits here, that's me managing my risk. It's I've set my exits along the way. I'm taking 5% here, 5% there, 5% there along the way. It does not mean I'm exiting a trade.
For sure. I just did the return on investment on XVS. It actually beat ban. Entry was 283, return and the high was 55.68, and it's an 18.67%.
Beautiful. I'm still in XVS. So I'm happy.
Yeah. No, it's been a great trade for sure. So just wanted to cover that as well. But yeah, we're really excited for these long term for sure.
Yeah, and there'll be plenty more to come, so stay tuned.
Hopefully.
Okay, that is it for today. Hopefully, is that a disclaimer there, Rev?
That's definitely a disclaimer. I mean, we try our best, but we do.
Rev's gonna kill me when he gets up this video.
We've made some, we've seen some trades go sour, and it's the nature of the beast.
It sure is. That is it for episode 26. Once again, warm welcome from all the Cryptofy team to all the new members. We're so stoked to have you guys all here. A big shout out to all the original members that have been so kind to all the new members and helping them all get up and running. I love how everyone just rallies together and just helps everyone. Support channel, much appreciate to everyone there. The mods and everyone over the last week's just been incredible. This is Tis Hitters. We'll be back Friday. Happy trading, stay safe out there, manage your risk, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers, guys, and sorry in advance for another 30-minute video. Take care.
Bye.